a presentation of the ERL ChampCar World Series on Sparkplug Motorsports.
Welcome to Portland, Oregon, where Prix starts on pole from Daniel Bogdasarov and Daf Sanchez. Ryan Burton is fourth from Guillermo Perez and Sebastian Ocampo. Then it's Francis Austin, Nicholas Palomino, and Lam Fong. Charles Hernandez starts 10th from Jimmy Barnett and last time out race winner Jonathan Sims. Hun Lam Thi is 13th from Grace Hunter and Ray Shen, with Remy LeBeau down in 16th, partnered by Nubert Nunez Garcia. Vita Alves is 18th from Hart and your boy in the back row of First Theo and Dominic Veneslao. Well, the penultimate round of the ChampCar World Series takes us to Portland, Oregon. Prix on pole, all 5 lights go on, and we are underway in round 13 of the ChampCar World Series, and it's a good start for the number 99 already, quite a ways in front, exiting the first kink before the real turn number 1. On board we go with the number 97 of Daniel Bogdasarov before they reach one of the tightest corners on the calendar, and it's a double wreck! Oh my goodness, full course caution! Ryan Burton involved in that as well. Bogdasarov, Prix, and Ryan Burton take a synchronized dance into the turn 1 barriers. That is a dream start to this race for Daf Sanchez, who now leads as the champion-elect to win the championship today. He came into this race with a 17-point advantage over Daniel Bogdasarov and a 21-point advantage over Remy LeBeau. All he has to do is leave here today with 26 points or more to be defined as the Season 5 ChampCar World Series champion and secure a spot in the 2026 Race of Champions. This is a magnificent, a dream start to the race for the Hyperdrive man. Not so much for the Hyperdrive team. On board we are with car number 93 and Nicholas Palomino. Great run on Francis Austin here. Tries to make the lunge and stays alongside, but not able to hold on to P4. Lam Fong on alongside and contacts. That's Palomino getting a 5-second time penalty for causing a collision. Running on board with the number 93. And Charles Hernandez with a 5-second time penalty running into the back of the man as well. On to lap 2 of 13 we go. Sanchez leads from Perez and Ocampo. On board we are with car number 72. This is the corner that's decided his championship, and he's at the wall. Daf Sanchez, race leader, hits the wall, has front wing damage like we've never seen before. The rest of the field make it through unscathed, but this is the big news on lap 2. After his major title rival is wrecked out, Guillermo Perez now leads this race in front of Daf Sanchez. Lam Fong is making an absolute stormer of the way through the field and goes into the wall himself. Hits it for a second time for good measure and drops down to 6th position. Jonathan Sims has also had a pretty good start, up into 8th position for the man driving car number 11 after winning last time out. Attack mode is online on this lap, and Sanchez has no pace in that 72 car. He is going to drop down the order, and it's going to be an uphill battle to win the championship today. With a 17-point margin, if Sanchez doesn't score, we've got yellows in sector 3, and it's Sanchez again. We go green again. And yes, that 72 car into the pits, and we've got another yellow. That is Jonathan Sims. Sims with damage. We're on to lap 3. Guillermo Perez, car number 3, keeps it out of the wall, thankfully. And Ocampo and Austin flying through the chicane as well. It's an actually magnificent track that we've got here in Oregon. The corner that follows up immediately after this, in practice, a lot of the drivers' favorites. It's really a driver track, this one, in my opinion. So much so that when the Russians tried to make it, it was really bad. Oh, that's not a political opinion, is it? I hope it isn't. Remy LeBeau In that number 60, Myers ChampCar, he's got a real lease on life with this one in terms of his title hopes of becoming the first man to win a championship in both Formula E and the ChampCar World Series. No one's ever done that before. And his son might actually try to become the first man to do all three ERL categories. Matthew Hart struggling with pace as he has a puncture. Ocampo might have just hit the wall, if not him. Yes, it was Francis Austin who was dueling with Sebastian, but just flashing back. Matthew Hart, rear puncture for the number 21 Forsyth Racing car, and considering Lanfang's damage on the opening lap, that's more pain for the boys in blue and white and gold, as here comes Charles Hernandez side by side with Nicholas Palomino into turn number 1, and the 93 just keeps it out of the wall but has to surrender the position. Charles Hernandez now leads in Portland, Oregon. Remy LeBeau now runs up in 5th. He's going to be praying for a full course caution for when he pits. If that does happen, that'll be some brilliant news for him and Meyer Shank Racing, for one reason and one reason only, as Lanfang hits the wall once more. Damage for him, and a 3rd track limits warning as well. And you won't believe who's behind him. It's Daf Sanchez. Moves up into 14th position. Now we've got some major driver transfer news. Hun Lam Thi going to the Ace Championship. Nicholas Palomino seems to be moving to target Chip Ganassi. And guess who will be taking that Manthe Racing seat? Casper LeBeau, son of Remy, as Shen now leads. Hernandez and Palomino both into the pits, and after 4 laps, 13% on those soft tyres does not look promising. And your boy is doing a 5th. He's getting a puncture. It might seem unprofessional of me to say something like this, but I just think it's a fact. He's at 11% heading down into turn 1, 10% going through turn 1. And he lost 2 tire percentage points, and Guillermo Perez is in the wall! Perez with damage! The favourite to win this race, it seemed, now has damage to his car. Austin goes around the outside of him and moves up into the provisional race lead, and more carnage. It's Sims and Verspio into the rear tyre of Charles Hernandez, rather, goes Jonathan. And what could be his penultimate race in the ERL? It seems like he'll be leaving the ERL after this season as a driver, continuing to run the Red Bull Sims Motorsport outfit, as Grace Hunter gets by the Britain. And oh no! That's Hart. Matthew Hart has hit the wall further back and is out of this race. I thought it was going to be for Sims. It looked like he slowed quite a bit, but the dramatic braking there not helping him one bit. Where is Remy LeBeau? Remy is down in 17th. And with Daf Sanchez running up in 7th, as it would stand, Sanchez would gain quite a handful of points. It's 4 points for 8th, 6 points for 7th. Don't make the joke, please. So he would not leave her as the championship winner, as your boy, you can see there, full car puncture. Sanchez has gotten a time penalty. Even more misfortune for the number 72. And more yellows. That's Sims, is it? Yes, Sims with damage. In comes your boy, same lap as Guillermo Perez. So Francis Austin, your race leader, from Ocampo and Jimmy Barnett. And Barnett definitely within a packet, out of the race. Ray Shen. Talk about airtime there. That's your 5th retirement, your 3rd full course caution. And for Remy LeBeau as well, he is the man who can make the difference. As it would stand, ignoring penalties, Daf Sanchez is your champion leaving Portland, meaning that he can head into the fastest race on the calendar at California Superspeedway as the champion, as the ChampCars make their first visit to an oval. But we are green again with 7 laps to go. And look at that from... Oh, no! Oh, dearie me! That's Charles Hernandez out of the race as Hunlam Thi effectively drove into the back of him. And both of them had front wing damage and another full course caution. Well, cautions do breed cautions. But I don't think we've seen them happen this quickly. But the full course caution's now ending. And you know, Sebastian Ocampo, I wouldn't count him out of winning this race. In comes race leader Francis Austin after just 2 laps on those soft tyres, and those soft tyres already feeling like they're going to blow up, and I think Ocampo feels the same way. So, new race leader, it's Jimmy Barnett with 6 to go on lap 7. And Meyer Shank Racing. They might not win the championship this season, but they could still very much have a win with their second driver. Looking back with Sanchez, Viter Alves is the man running in third, getting really up close and personal with the wall. That's a lot more up close and personal with the wall for Dominic Vanderslau. It gets a track limits warning. Both sides of his front wing completely demolished, as Danica Patrick would say. On board we go with the 76, and Ocampo, after coming out of the pits, throws it into the wall. I have not seen misfortune on such a scale in quite some time in the ERL. And it just seems to be the same corner causing issues. It's turn 1. I think the wall might be a bit too close down at turn 1. This could be some feedback that we could give. Maybe pushing the wall back there to allow for more racing space. And, you know, Sanchez is struggling with his tyres. He's at 20%. And he's weaving. Look at that. Almost hit the wall there. And someone has hit the wall. And it's Remy Lebeau. Remy Lebeau in the number 60 Meyer Shank Racing car has damage and comes into the pits. And more calamity. Is Vanderslau again, is it? I think it might have been weaving. And, oh, he's at 0% car damage. We've never seen that before. Most of the time when he hits 0, you're out. And Nubert Nunes Garcia throwing that car on the outside line. I've never seen a driver try that to get themselves past some lap traffic. Grace Hunter up into P5 with 5 laps to go for the Belgique driver who hits the wall and hits the outside wall too. Green flags fly again. But it's a really treacherous lap this time, and we've got some clouds here in Oregon. It would be terrible to have rain into the wall for Remy Lebeau. He let Sanchez drive past him. Both of them are outside of the points currently, so it wouldn't impact the championship outlook, but it very much could, because Remy's going to have to pit again. And if Remy pits again, he's going to be 20 seconds behind to have Sanchez, lest the man from the Philippines crash out of this race. So that is what Meyer Shank are hoping for. The number 72 not finishing. Francis Austin will now take the lead as Jimmy Bonnet comes into the pits and will strap on a set of soft tires. Austin, fastest lap at 1:17.050. And Grace Hunter is in the wall. Contact with Hunlam Thi. But we go green again. Perez is chasing after Francis and has come back from wing damage after coming out of the pits, and is now within striking distance within the next few laps, but will likely have to pit again. Here's Verstio defending from Jimmy Bonnet and the Brazilian driver. Oh no! Nicholas Palomino, the reigning IndyCar champion, out of this race, and we've got a caution. So returning to Verstio, the Brazilian driver in the 38. And, you know, I think you can just say this about Team Penske as a whole. They have kind of struggled all season long to have consistent form, but when they shine, they are brighter than the sun. And we just really need to see that soon. Palomino, by the way, guys, he might be out of this race, but after last time out in San Jose, he actually thought that Sanchez won the championship. He went up to him and said, "Hey man, congrats on the championship." And Jonathan Sims is out as well. Same place as Charles Hernandez, and another full course caution. To continue on that point about Palomino, he went up to Daf Sanchez as Perez comes into the pits. He went up to Sanchez and said, "Hey man, thanks, good job on winning the championship." And Sanchez said, "Well, not yet. I still have 2 more races to go, and I only lead the championship by, I think, 20 points. So he knew he wasn't champion after San Jose, but after today in Portland, well, I'd like to say that it's a done deal at this stage, but, you know, Remy LeBeau is still in the running. He may be 21 points after the points lead, but all he has to do is stay within that margin with Sanchez. As it stands, he wouldn't be, but running 6th for Sanchez, 8 points gain over Bogdasarov. I don't know if that's enough. That's Jimmy Bonnet, is it? No, it's Guillermo Perez in the wall again. 3 to go, and Perez in the 3 car has hit the wall once more. And that might take him out of race-winning contention. Here's Daf Sanchez flying through turn number 2. Vita Alf's getting alongside, and we've got more yellows in the opening sector. That is Grace Hunter in the wall with a 3rd track limits warning. Haven't received any penalties so far, has anyone? And Austin with an 18-second lead over James Barnett, currently set to win this race. If you ignore the facts, he's hit the wall. Austin in the wall. He's coming into the pit, surely. I think this is going to be a race that isn't just decided on carnage, but also tire strategy. Your boy manages to leapfrog Sanchez as well. Meanwhile, the 2 Chip Ganassi drivers having to fight over P5 together, while a rogue Daf Sanchez, and that's feeding the wall, is it? No, Vita Alves has hit it. Damage for the 12th car. As there goes the 72 in front of Guillermo, who comes into the pits for his 4th pit stop. With 2 to go, Jimmy Bonnet is your race leader. And look at the state of those soft tires. Francis Austin out of the pits behind your boy. And out of the race goes the Frenchman. Big hit in the wall for the Arrow McLaren driver. Full course cautions are out. And Remy LeBeau is now running up in 7th. Now, if no one else comes into the pits, and they all try and make it to the end of the race with the tires that they have, Barnett, Sanchez, Lamthey, those are the names that you're going to need to keep your eyes on the timing tower, as well as Dominic Vanaslau. They might be in trouble come lap 13. Because we saw, I think it was your boy with a full car puncture. He came back from it. No, it was... Yeah, it was your boy. And we've got yellows in the opening sector. Oh no! Holy crap! Grace Hunter in that Arrow McLaren car with a massive airborne accident. That's going to be another caution. And it is another caution. 12 cars remain here in Oregon. Carnage. Absolute carnage. In terms of who's going to make it to the end of this race, who's not going to make it to the end of this race, I think Remy's going to make it. I know Austin's going to make it. And everyone behind Remy's probably going to make it as well. I'm just not confident on Sanchez, Fee, Vanaslau, and especially Jimmy Bonnet as we begin the penultimate lap of this race. Nunez Garcia all over the back of Remy LeBeau, but here comes Guillermo Perez in the 3 car, moving up into 6th place. And there goes Garcia up into 7th, and Vita Alves on the back, and Austin is out. Francis Austin, the Italian driver, who had looked to be the favorite to win this race, is out in Oregon. That's going to promote everyone up 1 position. And it does mean that the top 4 in this race now are at risk, together at risk, of getting a full car puncture. They're all going to score points, bar one of them. One of them will not score points, and if they remain in the positions that they are in, Vanislav is going to be the unlucky man who will finish 11th if they don't wreck. But we are back under the green flags, and Remy LeBeau, while he's struggling with his mediums, I don't think he's pushing, which is not exactly a winning formula in the ERL. But today, refusing to engage in combat might save you. Race leader James Bonnet is at 17% tire wear. Daf Sanchez is at 9. Perez is now in front of his teammate Hunlam Phi. He's at 7. And Vanislav is at 8%. They are not making it to the end. I don't know if they're going to make it to the end of this lap. That's how unconfident I am with these guys. On board we are with Sanchez, who's hits 4% going through the chicane. Vanislav behind. We're on to the final lap. James Bonnet for My Shank Racing leads away, but for Dav Sanchez, if he can somehow magic his tyres to the end of this race, he could be champion, but he's not going to do it. Look at this, 0%. Dav Sanchez, championship leader, has a puncture going through the first 2 turns. Garcia almost into the wall and out of the race for Remy LeBeau. Puncture for Hunlam Phi. Sanchez now has to stay 7th or better. Not even 7th. He needs to stay in front of Vanislav and Hunlam Phi, which he can do. They've all got punctures. He mustn't drop to P6, or else he will lose this championship. Jimmy Barnett, race leader with a puncture. Guillermo Perez can win his first career ChampCar World Series race today. I don't believe it. We're back under the green flags on this final lap. Unbelievable scenes here in Oregon. There's Theo, moves up into 6th, and look at that, Lam Fong is up in 6th position. Sanchez can't win the title. Perez, Guillermo Perez, he's finally gonna do it. The rookie, who's been at the top of all the headlines all season long, but has just never managed to win a race. Guillermo Perez for Chip Ganassi Racing. He do it. Perez wins in Oregon. I don't believe it. It's an all-rookie podium, as it's Alves from Nuba Nunez Garcia. Everyone who finishes this race is going to score points, but for Daf Sanchez, 8th place, 4 points. Technically, he will be crowned as champion. However, if Bogdasarov can win next time out and Sanchez doesn't finish, we will go to a tiebreaker, which will see Bogdasarov crowned as champion. If he finished 7th, he would... Well, took him quite the long time, but Guillermo Perez is a race winner in the ChampCar World Series. Vita Alves comes home in P2, and winner in Detroit, Nubert Nunez Garcia, is 3rd. As for the rest of your finishers, Lam Fong is 4th from Versio, Ocampo, Barnett, Sanchez, and Vanislav, with Hunlam Phi being the last finisher and the last point scorer. The non-scorers were, and by non-scorers I also mean non-finishers, Remy LeBeau, Austin, Hunter, your boy, Sims, Palomino, Hernandez, Shen, Hart, Oqui, Bogdasarov, and Burton. Sanchez now leads the point standings, but look at this, 20 points. That's all he leads Guillermo Perez by. He leads him by 20 points. Bogdasarov, he is just 21 points behind. Remy LeBeau is 25 points behind. It's technically a 4-way title battle heading into the final round of the championship at California Speedway. But it would require Daf Sanchez to not finish in the top 8, which he has never done in terms of his finishes this season, I think. Nicholas Palomino, 5th from Hernandez and Ocampo. Then it's Sims, Burton, Garcia tied with Qui. Then it's Hunter, Alves, Versio, Barnett, Shen, Fong, your boy, Hart, Austin, Lamphey, and Vanislav into the final race. This is what the constructors' standings look like. Hyperdrive Racing lead the way, but not by much. 25 points separates them from Manfei and Power Motorsport, with Shank Racing 40 points off the back, so it's actually a 35-point margin between first and second, Apex GP, they're fifth, tied on points with Chip Ganassi Racing. Then it's AJ Foyt Racing, Team Penske, Aaron McLaren SP, Team Forsyth, and Andretti Green Racing. Do you want to see carnage? You've just seen it. This is the most unbelievable race that I've ever seen in ChampCar's history. Whether it's Formula, let me get it right. Whether it's IndyCar, not Formula E or anything like that. Whether it's I can't even say it correctly, I'm sorry. Whether as IndyCar or ChampCar, there, I could actually say it. Whether it's those two series, I don't think I've seen anything quite chaotic as that. Daf Sanchez has failed to get the championship today. And if he was sixth, I think he could have done it. That's why I was screaming. If he finished sixth, he could have become champion, but he didn't. He was eighth. Perez taking that win takes him up to second in the standings. Finally, he's the last rookie to win a race so far. But again, for Bogdasarov, if he can win, I think he's the only one who can beat Sanchez at this point, could Bogdasarov. Technically, yes, Remy LeBeau could do it. He'd need to win this race and beat him on the tiebreaker. So for Remy LeBeau, it's a tiebreaker. For Perez and Bogdasarov, they are wishing for no luck for the man in the 72. But from all of us here at Sparkplug Motorsports, thank you for watching this race, and we will see you guys next time then when the ChampCar World Series returns for its final round in California.
Sparkplug Motorsports thanks you for watching this presentation of the Electric Racing League.